Now, in this demonstration, we are going to be continuing from our previous demonstration, which was setting up stages. And now what we're going to do is select our delivery and deployment cake. 1, 2, 3. We are now going to continue from our previous demonstration, which was setting up stages, and now we're going to go ahead and investigate delivery cadence. First, let's go up to the lightning icon in the artifacts for continuous deployment triggers and have a look at what we have in place. So as we can see, this is our continuous deployment trigger, and we've got the ability to enable it. And when we do enable this, every time there's a new release, a new build is available, this will be triggered off. So we're going to enable this option. And the other option we've got is pull request trigger. So anytime you enable this, it will create a release every time a selected artifact is available as part of the pull request flow. Let's go back up here. You also have the option to filter out which branches that you would want to have this particular option. So you can add it and you can specify what branches. My one, I don't know if it has any. Yeah, so you can specify a particular branch if you wanted, or if you leave it by default, it will go to the master. So just give me a second. There we go. We're just going to go ahead and close that. Next section we need to do is schedule deployments. One of the reasons you might want to consider having scheduled deployments is if you've got an application that's up and running, you don't want every single change that is pushed to be automatically processed through the pipelines. And to avoid any disruption in your applications, you might want to utilize the scheduled release trigger. Now, first thing we need to do is go to schedule not set and select this. And as you can see, we can define schedules to trigger releases. So let's go and enable this. And as you can see, it specifies and gives you the option what dates and what time you would want these particular releases to be triggered. So obviously you've got the weekdays and you've got Saturday and Sunday. For this demonstration, we're not actually going to be using a scheduled release trigger. However, just for a better understanding of what options are available, this was part of the demonstration. So we're going to go ahead and disable this and return to our environment. Next, we need to go ahead and set up what's known as a pre-deployment trigger. So we're going to go into the deployment and we're going to select once again the lightning icon. And what we're going to select is the after release. Now within this particular trigger, you've got the option to utilize artifact filters, and you can go ahead and add any particular artifact filters that you have in place that you want to be triggered. You've got your schedule. So once again, you can actually set up the scheduling for this particular stage at any point that you desire. Move this. Pull request deployments. So once again, if you want to enable the pull request deployment trigger for this particular stage, you can do so. And once again, you've got pre-deployment approval. So once you tick this, you then obviously select who the approvers are, the amount of timeout, and approval policies. Okay, so you should be familiar with this in regards to branch policies, very similar to the approval here also. We're going to do this. And gates. Enable gates. This will allow us to have our code and everything in place be evaluated before the actual deployments take place. And you've also got the delay before the evaluation. And we're going to disable this. And finally, we have completed our demo and we have enabled continuous integration on our artifact. And we've also configured a trigger for our test team A.